From a very young age, I sensed something wasn't right with life, that things just weren't how they were supposed to be. I began reading very young and read voraciously through my school years, mostly fantasy and science fiction stories. Some that stick out in my mind and helped me develop my first sense of right and wrong were A Wrinkle in Time, The Chronicles of Narnia, the Sword of Shannara series, The Lord of the Rings, Dune, etc., etc. I usually identified with the protagonist of these stories, who most times was fighting for the good in various ways. Most of all, I discovered while reading these good versus evil books that I was meant to do big things, and that it was my destiny to have a significant influence on the world by fighting for the good. I had no idea what I was meant to do, nor how I was to fight for good in the world. All I knew is that I was to do it, and that I would never be happy till I had helped win that fight for the world. During these formative years, school education came easy for me, helped considerably by my voracious early reading and frequent word games and logic puzzles my father had me doing. In my leisure time not spent reading or doing puzzles, I played sports, mainly soccer, hockey, and tennis, and learned to operate and excel as an individual, a leader, and as a team player. Near the end of my high school years, a special girlfriend introduced me to Ayn Rand and objectivism, specifically The Fountainhead and Atlas Shrugged. Finally, I began to see and understand what was wrong with the world, and the beginnings of why it was so. When during my college years I was finally given the opportunity to order Neo-Think products, I sensed that these were going to be the answers I had been seeking all my life. Finally, all the missing pieces and blanks in my life were going to be completed and filled in. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be so easy. I was still steeped in mysticism at the time, and the blatantly honest concepts in the Neo-Think discovery were scary, and too opposite from my currently held beliefs for me to even begin to consider them. At this time I was studying philosophy in college and excelling in my logic courses. My mind was finally starting to question long accepted and previously unquestioned beliefs in all areas of my life. I delved back into the Neo-Think discovery with a vengeance, and started testing its concepts by applying them to my life. The combination of Ayn Rand college logic courses and the Neo-Think discovery allowed me to start recognizing value, to be able to distinguish good from evil, right from wrong, and valuable from worthless. This is when I started to fully see the immense values Neo-Think products were offering and began purchasing all of them that I could find. Then things inside me really started rolling, guilt dropped away, value creation became the goal, and crutches like the God concept that had become straitjackets on my life were thrown away in disgust. I renounced my religion at 18 years old and pledged to never again accept an unquestioned belief. I even began helping others question their long-held beliefs. From reading, rereading, and then applying and studying these Neo-Think concepts, I built a fully consistent system of beliefs upon which to base my life. From that foundation of fully integrated honesty, I now had the power to instantly recognize value, to identify who is the value creator and who is the value destroyer in all situations. I began reading and studying other valuable books that helped me build my self-esteem, confidence, and character in all areas of my life. I created a success library that was and will continue to be ever expanding.